Okay, this is part two of my collection. This is the combiner section. Um, I'll start with a couple guys up front. Uh, First, we have Defensor, and I had to have a deluxe groove. The little groove that's on his chest just wasn't cutting it. I'm not saying, you know, that the one that they put with him was a bad character, but I prefer him to be closer to the G1 accuracy. Rook is a good figure, but I just had to have my deluxe groove for his leg. Um, Funny story is it was supposed to be in the beginning. What was told was it was supposed to be a Japan release only, or over in that neck of the woods. We weren't supposed to get it here in the States, and it was featured. Surprisingly enough, the one that I bought, I didn't know about it at the time, was the one that was featured on tformers.com. And I wound up buying that particular one for like $125. It was crazy, but I just had to have a deluxe groove for him. Then 6 months later, they just said, oh, they're going to bring him here to the States, and they were $15 on the shelf. Ooh, I was mad. So, yeah, lesson learned on that one. But then I got him, you know, he gave me a couple really cool flyers, and that had the figure in it, so I guess. And then let's move on. Fall of Cybertron, Bruticus. I got him, you know, he's not the best quality. I noticed the plastic, there's a lot of tabs that broke on me right out of the packages. So, yeah, I just, that isn't the greatest figure. If I had any regrets, it would, for anything I've bought Transformer wise, you know, he would be up there on my top 10 list, because just the plastic is really shoddy, at least on my copy. So yeah, I just didn't really care for him. Then we would go over here to, it was the Inferno that they came out with. Was it Power of the Primes, or was it, I don't think it was Combiner, I think it was in the Power of the Primes line. And I just took a hodgepodge of like all the other combining figures that they didn't really fit where I wanted to put them. Like Alpha Bravo, I had to have Quickslinger to complete my G1 Superion. And then I put the Jazz, which the Jazz is kind of irritating. I'm going to have to buy a new one. I'll just leave them in the package. The clear plastic is cracking, and I barely even touched the figure. I don't know why they use so much clear plastic on that mold. Him and his other figure, I'll get to that in a second. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank. And then Wreck-Gar. And then the other smaller Wreck-Gar I put on for the chest plate. Oh yeah, the other figure that was the same as Jazz there is a Ricochet. And yeah, I totally dislike that they use so much clear plastic. I hope I might look to see if maybe there's a KO version of it that doesn't use as much clear plastic, because the clear plastic is a nightmare. And so yeah, I dislike the amount of clear plastic on those two figures. Then we'll go over to my figure, my Superion. As I stated before, you know, I replaced Alpha Bravo there with Superion's Quickslinger, which I only paid $15 for him. You look online now, they're really expensive. But yeah, I had to make my G1 complete Superion. Let's get him out of the way here so I can show you the next ones. I had to prop these guys up because the table that they're on are kind of not level. There we have Menasor. I had to have him G1 accurate as well. So I got Breakneck. I bought him at the same time as I did Quickslinger. He was also $15, and now they're super expensive. So yeah. But yeah, that's my Metasaur. Move this one. Now we have Bruticus there, the Combiner Wars, and he's kind of like a hodgepodge. Because at one time I did have the Unite Warriors Bruticus, because I might be the minority. I don't know for sure, but I couldn't stand the thought of Blastoff being a jet. I just couldn't do it. So I had bought the Unite Warriors one, and I had that one for quite a while because of the jet, and the jet on the other one, and so I kept it around, and then just recently, I think it was Power of the Primes line, they came out Hasbro's version, which is the same mold, just different color. I flipped his arms around so he's like the Takara version, because I like that way. And I sold most of the other figures off for the Unite Warriors and kept Vortex, because I like the quad rotor there. So I kept him, but the rest of them I unloaded on eBay. So yeah, that was him, and I like, he's a good representation of him now. Then I have that Optimus Prime Combiner that they had. He's interesting. When I got him, the head was like floppier than a broken leg. I mean, it wouldn't stay up. I bought this stuff called Shugu. It's like a vulcanizing rubber stuff. And I put it on the ball joint, let it harden, and put it back together. And it holds the head on now, straight. Otherwise, it was a super floppy. It wouldn't stay up. It just fall down. The head. It'd just be looking down at the ground. So I had to fix that right out of the package, which was a bummer. Then I have Orthena. That one took me a while to get, and the neighbors wound up with my package. I had to track it down because the mailman said he delivered it, and I never got it. So I had to track it down. Luckily, I live in an apartment complex, and I just went asking down the way a couple of the places, and sure enough, one of them had it. I had some extra parts I stuck on her shoulders for like shoulder pads. I thought they looked cool. And then up here, I have the Starscream Combiner that they had out. He is also a hodgepodge. The figures from Bruticus and Menosaur I put on there, plus the other two, they're drawing a blank again. They'll come to me later. But yeah, I stuck them on there to complete him. He's pretty much 4 jets on a truck. And then I have over here my I had bought the kit for this guy, and I didn't like the way it looked. Come to find out that somebody did a custom with that kit, and I wish I would have come across it sooner, because then I probably would have kept it. But yeah, my it's one of them days. Why can't I think of his name? Blah. I've had a long day. Well, we'll skip him for a minute. I'll go back to him as soon as I remember the name. Then I have my custom Volcanicus. And he is a hodgepodge of different kits that really bulk him out, make him look badass. I really enjoy the kits. There's like the Dreamwave kit, and then the Perfect Effects kit, and the non-F kit that I'll put with him. So he's like 3 different kits. So yeah. Oh, and I remembered all the other figures of Abominus. Took me a minute because Like I said, Long Day Kid got me up early. And then we have Skyrain, which he's okay. I don't like the fact that Skylynx combines. I'm really hoping and excited for the new Skylynx that's coming out for Earth Wars. He is on one of my wish lists, and I'm hoping to find him soon. As soon as he comes out, anyways, he's going to be one of the figures I really am going to be looking for. But yeah, these are the combiners, and I've got quite a few. These are the big combiners. If I had any combiner that I really wanted, I haven't gotten him yet, but he's sort of like my white whale. You know, I'm really trying to set money aside for him, but every time something comes up and I have to delve money into something else, or I find something else that I want to buy, I kind of have to nitpick from it, is Unite Warriors 04 Devastator. He would be awesome to have, because my first major Transformer that was ever bought for me was G2 Devastator. The other stuff, you know, I had gotten like yard sales and stuff like that growing up, and yeah, but he was like my major one. So I really want to find Unite Warriors Devastator. I just like the mechanics of that was a little bit better, on top of, you know, the coloration. You know, there's just some stuff that's colored a little bit different, you know. So they've changed just enough with that figure where I think it makes that figure all that better. I don't want to have to buy add-on kits, because sometimes it can be a pain. So yeah, and well, this is part 2. There will be more coming. This is just my Combiner Wars, or not Combiner Wars, but Combiner segment. There will be more to come. I've got quite a few G1 figures and a lot of Micromasters and other odds and ends. I got quite a few figures. Last time I counted, I had like over 400 figures. So yeah, that's what I have right now, and that's quite a few plus the 2 I laid down. So this is part 2, and if you like, subscribe, because there's more coming. Dragonfly signing out.